Over the last couple weeks, I've been talking to you about the exciting speakers that we'll be having at the SoCal Network 2015 Annual Conference. It's entitled The Freedom Experience: Love, Mercy, Justice, and Compassion. But let me also talk to you about the business sessions that we'll be having. We are excited that last year, our fellowship overwhelmingly moved to change our governance. We believe that the change will help us to reach more people for Jesus, inspire more leaders, and empower the local church. Change. People resist change, usually because they glorify the past. Now, we're thankful for our past, but we can't reduplicate or live in the past. Second, too much pain in the present. If you're feeling too much pain, you'd rather stay where you're at than change to move forward. Or the fear of the future. Some people resist change because they are afraid what might come if you change. This annual conference will be electing brand new executive presbyters for the regions and the ethnic and intercultural ministries of our network. How do you deal with change? In other words, how do you deal with transition in life? In Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 9, the Lord said to Abram, "Leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous, and you will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt, and all the families in the earth will be blessed through you." So Abraham departed as the Lord had instructed, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. He took his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, and all his wealth, his livestock, and all the people that had taken into his household at Haran, and headed to the land of Canaan. And when they arrived in Canaan, Abram traveled through the land as far as Shechem. There he set up camp beside the oak at Morah. At the time, the area was inhabited by Canaanites, and the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, "I will give you this land to your descendants." And Abram built an altar there and dedicated to the Lord, who had appeared to him. After that, Abram traveled south and set up camp in the hill country, with Bethel to the west and Ai to the east. There he built another altar and dedicated to the Lord, and he worshiped the Lord. Then Abram continued traveling south by stages toward Negev. 3 things to do during transitional times in life. As we see in the life of Abram, you first listen for his voice. Genesis 12:1 says, "And the Lord said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you." Second, enter into his presence. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, "I will give you this land to your descendants." And Abram built an altar there and dedicated it to the Lord and had appeared to him. Thirdly, look for his promise. Hebrews 11 verse 10, "And Abram was confidently looking forward to a city with eternal foundation, a city designed and built by God." Hebrews 11 verse 8 says, "And it was by faith that Abraham obeyed when God called him to leave home and go to another land that God would give him as his inheritance. And he went without knowing where he was going." Revelations 21 verses 1 and 2 says, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, and the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared, and the sea was also gone. And I saw a holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride beautifully dressed for her husband." His promise provides hope and confidence. His promise provides strength and courage. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7 says, "And I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, and I have remained faithful." At this year's annual conference, you and I have an opportunity to be a part of the transition. Sometimes we don't know where we're going, but I'm confident if we'll still listen to his voice, if we'll enter into his presence, and if we'll look for his promise, God will direct us. And I believe you and I can be a part of the transition that God is wanting to bring to Southern California. May God bless our ministers, our churches, our people, and may we see God move in a powerful way in Southern California. I'll be seeing you at this year's 2015 SoCal Annual Conference.